Welcome to the It's All Fine and Danjee podcast, where hosts Dan and Angie talk with creatives, small business owners, charities, and all kinds of interesting people. It's all real talk. It's all fine and Danjee.
Well, hello, and welcome back to the It's All Fine and Danjee podcast. Hopefully back. Hopefully you've been here before. But this is one of our in-between guest episodes as we do now. Every other week we have a guest on, and then in the week in-betweens it's just Angie and I.
Yep, chatting about what we've been up to in the community.
Or what's coming up, or anything like that.
That's right. And it's really weird to see Dan moving around with his microphone, and he has no headphones on, because we are actually recording from a different location than our studio this post-Thanksgiving episode. This undisclosed location. No, we're actually at the Hard Rock Hotel. Undisclosed.
We're at the Hard Rock Hotel in Tampa. A big shout out to a friend of mine, another Angie, that was able to hook us up with a couple nights here at the hotel. But we're just having sort of a lazy staycation.
A lazy staycation with no pup with us, so we can have a couple rejuvenating days before our hectic month of December begins with nothing but prepping for Airbnb.
Yes,
stuff. Yeah,
we've been talking about that for a while, and I swear I've been excited for it, and now it almost feels like dread, doesn't it?
Well, because the one thing I am dreading is all the paint touch-up, because, you've got to get the paint out and touch up. So we're going to have a whole weekend where it's literally just touching up paint and repainting things.
So if you're a painter and you want to... No, I'm just kidding. We're just going to do it.
You just want to come and hang out and paint with us as we watch you do it. It'll be fabulous. Now, those are things we have to save money on because we can do them ourselves. We just don't like to.
Yep.
But... if anybody does do Airbnbs, you know that anything that you can do yourself to save a little buck, that's what you want to do.
Indeed, it's worth it. But this is a post-Thanksgiving show for us, and this is something we rarely do, but we are actually recording this one on the day it's going to come out. So for those of you listening on the Monday launch, this is November 28th for us, just like it is for you.
Yeah, we figured it'd be cool to kind of do it at the location, at the staycation. So
yeah, and I
it's kind of cool because we get to look out the window of all the traffic going down I-4, because of course the Hard Rock sits right off of I-4 down here.
Yeah.
But I've been entertained by the school across the street that is like a semi-truck training school. And so I'm watching all the people pretend to back up, not pretend, getting jackknifed, and because they're practicing. But it's very entertaining to me for some reason.
It's kind of how I would be backing up anything, any kind of trailer. But they're jackknifing, and they're having to go out there and tell them to start over. And we're sitting here over the pool, and it's pretty cool. It's a pretty nice little break, and something we don't normally do, but just taking a couple days to come out here with no plans, which is something we just, every time we go to any hotels, we're going to get up and go do that. We're going to go. And we've just kind of been moving slow, which is a rarity for us. So
although
it's nice.
We do have a plan to sit by poolside and drink rum runners today.
That is a plan. That is on the agenda
today. That's right. It looks like a nice day out. So anyway, we've been up to some things in the community. I do, first of all, want to give, because I went and got this done the day before we were emceeing an event, or really DJing an event, may I say.
Yes.
So on Friday, I think it was the 18th, November 18th, I had some tattoo time scheduled.
Yes.
Because for many years ago, for my 40th birthday, all my family and friends chipped in and had gotten me a nice sized gift card to a local tattoo shop where I, had gotten this big tattoo that I had wanted for years.
Yep.
Right.
Well, plug that shop, because that's Iron Will Tattoo, isn't it?
Yes. Well, that's not where I got the original outline done.
Oh, that's right. That was back from Rick at Best Tattoo, which is now gone. Yeah.
That's right. So Aislyn Ryan has been filling in the color.
Yeah.
So I'm getting it finished up.
And Aislyn is at Iron Will, and wow, her work is so amazing. I am so impressed with the pictures of her work. I follow her on Instagram. You there's not going to be another one. So it's Aislyn
Yes.
Ryan. You'll be able to find her.
Plus, we'll put a link to her Instagram so you can check out her beautiful work. But yeah, she's a amazing artist.
But the color on your tattoo is just popping now. And so, and Rick did a great job on mine years ago, but I want to go back and have Aislyn do some work on mine too, because I'm just blown away. It's not, you wonder sometimes, did they Photoshop that because it looks so good? But no, I mean, it looks that good on Angie's tattoo. Very impressive.
Yeah. So anyway, I decided to get that done the day before we were going out to event, which was probably not the best thing. But yeah, so then on November 19th, we were out at Fox Valley Farm and Hopyard for the Whimsy, one of their holiday markets.
Yes, that was a fun one. And lots of people there that, some of the vendors that we've had on the show, some new vendors that we've met. Decent sized crowd. It was kind of a steady stream all day.
Mm-hmm. And nice weather outside.
Oh, the weather was great. Yeah, it was cool.
The weather outside is
great.
Beautiful.
His weather. But yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. And we were happy to be there again. And shout out to the Whimsy ladies for having us out to run the music. Angie put together a Christmas playlist kind of thing, so that was cool.
Yeah, I put together a Christmas playlist to get people in, the shopping spirit and the Christmas spirit. And then towards the end of the day, I had some vendors going, "Can you please play something else?" Because
it's like we're stuck in a mall. It was. So we rocked out at the end.
Yeah, so they got Angie's playlist at the end, which is a mishmash of all sorts of different music. So. But I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I hope they did as well. But yeah, shout out to all the people. I do have some vendors there that will hopefully be coming on the show soon. Did I make a weird noise or something?
No. I didn't want to mention it, but now I have to mention it.
Oh, now you have to mention it.
Yeah. So
I'm just tapping stuff on the table.
The stuff we're always telling guests, no, don't do that.
Well, it's hard because we don't have headphones on, and I can't hear if there's any of these extra noises.
The background
that I'm
noise.
Making. Yeah.
It feels very disconnected, doesn't it? It's weird. I said that before we started. Like, I'm walking around in the hotel room where we got the wireless mics, and it's weird. It's like I want to go put headphones on now.
I know. It's almost like we should just put our ear pods in or something, so it kind of makes that clogged noise in your ears. So
you can hear yourself speaking
back.
So
weird when you're used to a certain setup, But this is going to be the setup that we're kind of moving forward with, because when we do kind of locate out of our house, when we start Airbnb-ing it into an apartment that we're going to rent, we're going to be doing kind of travel stuff.
Yeah, so we'll be coming to you if you're going to be a guest for the most part. Now, we will have some guests out to the apartment where I can put you on the better equipment. Mm-hmm. But that's an interesting point that Angie brings up, because we've thought about this and how are we going to keep doing the podcast, which we are absolutely going to keep doing. And as Steve Altier said, you're growing your audience, not losing your audience or rebuilding your audience. So
as we move to
North Carolina,
mm-hmm.
we'll keep doing this with local businesses there, but we're going to be coming back several times a year to our house here in Florida, and we'll be doing the same kind of interviews with I almost said staff, with guests here.
And it might even be nice to do like little check-ins, like just while we're here, do little check-ins with people that we have had to see how their business is growing.
Yes.
And the other thing is so many people travel from Florida to North Carolina on vacation, from North Carolina to Florida on vacation.
Yeah.
That this is going to be a great way to promote local businesses on either end for us when people are vacationing in those areas. So
yeah, I agree. I mean, there's a lot of people that go in between the two spots, so that'll be fun to do. But also, when we move sort of in between, and we've talked a little bit about our plans, but as we're going to Airbnb out our Florida home, and we'll be talking more about that, we're going to move into an apartment in town somewhere here at first and kind of make sure we've got the Airbnb thing in full swing before we just pack it all up and go to North Carolina. And during that time, if you happen to be a guest on the show, that's when Angie's talking about we'll probably come to you with a mobile rig. But, we've been doing that for a while. I guess it'll just be a little more often.
But we used to only go to guest. That was the thing that we did. We had a lot more equipment, too, and wires that we carried all around. And
we were just talking to Denny Tornatore about coming out to him, and it was like cables and wires and everything everywhere. And speaking of which, I want to do another quick plug for Denny's new podcast, because of course, this is human nature, but his first or second, I think his second episode on his podcast, which is a foodie podcast. If you are into food, that is the show for you. It's a very popular podcast, but he kind of relaunched it. And on the second episode, he had Angie and I on as guests because we'd gone to dinner at a fine dining restaurant with him. So, of course, you want to go listen to the one you're on.
Of course.
And now, having listened to the other episodes that he's had as he's continuing to grow that channel, it's really, really good. It's nothing to do with us being on there. It's just really good. So highly recommend that. It's Denny Tornator Eats the World My Way. Very good podcast.
Yeah, really good. And some really interesting guests that he has had on already, including us, and that he does have coming up in the future. So a big shout out to him and the success that he's seeing in that already.
Indeed. So let's talk a little bit about some of the places that we've been and some of the stuff we've been doing.
So we've had the holiday market.
That's the one thing for sure.
And then we've also, Dan did some drone work at another holiday market.
I did. That was the Sunsational Farms holiday market that we just got back from yesterday.
Still brought to you by the Whimsy Market girls, because those girls are all over the place, just setting up markets left and right and bringing small businesses, vendors together for a great shopping experience for the community.
And so if you are a vendor, you want to get in touch with the Whimsy Market girls, because between the Fox Valley and the Sunsational Farms event, I mean, lots of people. And you'll see in some of the drone footage I'll post that it's just, I mean, it was jammed. So I went out there with my drone business, Flying Fox Shots, and Angie and I worked together, got some good shots of all the crowd and the kids riding the little train behind the tractor and the food trucks and the big orange out there and the big farm building. And it's a really cool property, and it's very conducive to a market. It's almost like it was made for that. So and they have the big store inside the barn itself.
Yeah, and those holiday events, they got Santa there, so you can get free pictures with Santa, and they got all this stuff for the kids to do. I mean, it's really just, it's one of those kind of events that you could go spend all day at.
They even have Christmas trees there.
Yeah, they had Christmas trees for sale at Sunsational Farms. Sunsational Farms has like a whole cafe inside. They have local vendors inside. They'll sell fruits and veggies and local stuff from local farms. I mean, it's an amazing little farm area. I want to say they're a farm. They have like orange trees and stuff on their farm. That's what I noticed, right?
Oh, I didn't even notice the orange trees.
I think they were orange trees. I mean, when you were flying the drone up above, I'm pretty sure there was orange trees.
All the trees out like where the tractors were driving around? Yeah. I'm not sure what those were, but it could have been.
I mean, they do have the big orange that used to sit on 441 on their property. So maybe that kind of goes together, or they just got it because it's like an icon. Like
I don't know. It's really cool. Those of you that are from Central Florida, it's a good thing to bring up, actually, Angie. You may remember right off 441. It was in Lake County, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
It was right by the Renegers Flea Market.
Oh, yeah.
In off of 441 in Mount Dora, and it was like, what do you call it? A landmark.
Yeah.
It's a landmark, definitely.
It's a building. It is a building that's shaped like an orange. I mean, it's just about as big.
And they used to sell oranges and stuff in there.
Yeah, and it's a tiny little building. I mean, you couldn't get more than like 4 people in there, but it's really neat. It's sitting there now on the Sunsational Farms property.
Somebody, took that and kind of repurposed it for something on their property. I love that it just wasn't, left on the side of the road to deteriorate.
Yeah, me too.
Like so many buildings down here.
Yeah, but it's an icon out there now. So I got that in the footage too. So all that will be there too. It was a great event. In between all of this, of course, we did Thanksgiving just like everybody else.
That's right. I was going to say you got to practice with your drone a little bit on Thanksgiving as well. We were on a huge amount of property.
It's got to be hundreds of acres.
Yes,
it's got to be.
Sumterville.
Sumterville. Yeah.
Sumter. Can't say it.
Sumterville. Yeah. So for those of you that know me personally, know that I have 2 moms. I have, as I say, Christy mom and Elaine mom. So my biological mom, Elaine, we went out to see her. I haven't seen her in quite some time. Got together with all of my siblings on that side. There are 7 of us total. So that was really neat. But, we hung out. We had a nice Thanksgiving. It was really rare for all of us to get together. It's been a few years. We got together. It's funny. There were so many of us there between the siblings and everybody's kids and all this kind of thing. I had to use the drone to get a
group
photo
picture.
of everybody. That's the only way we could squeeze everyone in, but that turned out really fun.
Yeah.
And
we took Mackenzie out there and just let her run. And she
it was
stayed
great.
right with us. But the property we're on was really cool because it is one of those places. It's almost like a golf course, is what I would, compare it to. On all this property, you have to use golf carts to get to each of these little shooting ranges that do
like clay pigeons.
that shoot the clay pigeons. So it's like a clubhouse that you pay a membership fee at, and you get to do the shooting of the clay pigeons. They do training there.
I should have got the name of it. I think it's called like Blackwater or Black Bear or something like that.
Yeah, because it is a really cool place if you're into that, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's just something you want to try for fun to see.
It's in Sumterville.
It's a shooting range basically, but for clay pigeons.
I'm sure
really cool.
you could find it in Sumterville, but we didn't really, I didn't think ahead of time to really make this a plug for that business, but I would imagine, like Angie says, if you're into it, this is like the place to go. And my mom and her husband manage that place, and there's golf carts and all these little paved roads where you can drive around and go from range to range. And it's all pretty high tech. They have a nice big clubhouse. It's a gorgeous clubhouse on the inside, and she was kind of showing me how you go here, you do the thing, you can rent a gun or bring your gun, and then you use a little lanyard thing, and then you scan in which I'm probably going to mess this up, but kind of which one of the ranges you want to go to and how many times you want to go and how much shooting you want to do, and then you go out and it's these pretty high tech devices that launch it's different than the one like my dad used to use, the one where you got to pull the string, but these pretty high tech. Pull, yeah, exactly. But anyway, it was cool to drive around there and check it out and to hang out with the family. And it was something that I haven't done in a while, and we mixed it up a little. So
we saw nature. We saw two tortoises fighting each other.
Never seen such a thing before. I think they were fighting over land ownership.
They were, and the one flipped. What did I say? It's trying to flip the other one over so it dies, and it did.
It didn't die. It did flip over, though. Yes, that's what she meant.
We interfered with nature, and we flipped it back over because we couldn't watch that. So
this is how you know you're in the South or from the South, when people say, "What did you do on Thanksgiving?" And we say, "We watched tortoises fight."
I think your nephew, is it your nephew, Daniel? I think he went and flipped it back over.
Yes,
and then guess what? The one hauled butt one way and the other hauled butt the other way.
We kind of scared them.
They have their own territory now. It was great. But yeah, that was nice. The food was amazing, nice and full on the way home. Yeah, we got to check out your mom and Bruce's little house that they have there on the property.
Yeah.
And it was really nice. It was a nice day.
We
came home and plunged on the couch for the rest of the evening.
We did. And then I was thinking of some of the local businesses we've hit. We recently went to Back Porch Pizza.
Oh, we did that after the holiday market on the 19th.
Yep.
And I had been wanting to take you there. Well, I wanted to go there on my birthday lunch at work.
Yeah.
And then I got there, and it was not open till 4 o'clock. So I didn't get to go.
So our storytelling process is everywhere because Angie decided to skip the notes entirely this time. So she's gone from
I'm just in the moment, baby. This is how Angie lives. I don't live by a checklist. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
We went from the event that happened over there to the last event we just did. Now we're going back in time to the first event.
We're going back in time, guys.
And let's talk about that place for a minute, though.
Back Porch Pizza is amazing pizza.
That's in downtown Mount Dora.
Downtown Mount Dora. Yeah. Sits kind of right next to Pisces Rising. If anybody's been to Mount Dora, you know where Pisces Rising is. But
and anytime we're going to go, anytime Angie recommends pizza, I'm in because I'm the one that always wants to eat pizza. Yeah. So when she said, "Oh, I have to take you to this place," I would have gone anyway, just because there is no such thing as bad pizza to me. But wow, this is really good pizza there.
So we sat outside on the porch because they were cranking busy. I mean, it's called Back Porch Pizza. We sat on the porch.
Ooh, roll credits.
Yes. Anyway, but if you inside, there's just like a single little bar top, like a little bar.
Yep.
And they have a wood-burning stove, and that's what a single wood-burning stove, and that's what
I
they
didn't
cook
even go
the
in and look
pizza
at that.
No,
that's
you
cool.
didn't get to see that. So we'll go there another time and sit at the bar.
We get to go eat pizza again?
Again, yeah. But what I love is they have like these specialty pizzas that are kind of weird ingredients, and I like weird ingredients. So I had like a mushroom with balsamic vinegar and goat cheese on it.
Yeah.
So just very interesting flavors together, like a gourmet pizza.
Yeah, and I had yours was definitely more gourmet as far as the style, but I had just had like the pepperoni pizza with basil and mixed greens or something on it, and it was amazing too.
Yeah.
It was, or mini greens rather.
So their pizza is really great. So yeah, if you get a chance, definitely go check them out.
Very popular place.
During the week, they're not open till 4 o'clock, guys. On the weekend, they are open during the day. There. We went back in time, and I even told you the hours of operation. Look at that.
Yes. One more thing I wanted to plug as far as small business, as we are coming to start wrapping up short show today, this week, because...
Short show?
Short show.
We're calling? We should call it short show.
Welcome to short show. I'll do another S. On the short show, we're going to talk about Southern Wiener Dog designs.
The Southern Wiener Dog designs.
So the short show Southern Wiener Dogs designs.
That's so long. No, we can't do that. That's not a short show title.
But I ordered some stuff from Chloe. We had her on recently, I think last episode.
That was the last episode. Mm-hmm.
And, you know, she talked a bit about how she does the resin, and she does it on all different kind of stuff like tumblers and cups and
keychains and pens. Yeah.
And I think I didn't pick up on the keychain thing as much until I actually started looking for a keychain that you can. It's cool. She sells these keychains that she'll do in the different resins and stuff, but you know, you can, instead of printing your business cards now, you can get a digital business card, but you can also get one on a keychain. And what I love about these is you just tap it on someone's phone and it pops up. Instead of having to scan a QR code or anything, it just pops up the website that you go to, you know, that you can go to for all your information.
Well, the contact, right? So you can add, you have a choice to add it right to your contacts.
That's
right
once
then.
you go, that depends on which link you go to.
Oh,
so
okay.
she can set it up to go to wherever you want. And I've kind of got these set up to go to these websites for each of our businesses that will immediately allow you to add us to your contacts or to call us or to go to the website or to find social media.
Yeah, that's really
because, truth be told, I always forget the business cards, I thought this would be cool where if people are like, oh, I want to know more about your show or more about your drones or more about your books, you can just go here, tap their phone, boom, done. So, but she's making a handful of those for us to use for various businesses. So
I love that too, because
shout out to Southern Wiener Dog Designs.
I mean, cards just get put in my pocket or in my purse, and they get dented all around the edges, and then you don't want to give them out because they don't look great.
They're scratched, and even if we get cards from people, what do? We put it in our phone and throw it away.
That's exactly what I do.
Save all the cards. And
I put it in my side drawer till I go through, kind of, you know, scope out the small business or whatever.
Yep.
And then. Thank you for that.
Yeah. What? Showing you the notes so you don't forget the two things you definitely wanted to mention?
Yes, there's two things that I added to the notes, definitely, that I wanted to give a shout out to. And yes, I would have forgot it because, you know, just like get in the moment and just talk it, man. But I did want to give a shout out to the company I work for, My Favorite Things. We are a paper crafting company.
And just for full clarity again, Angie's the hippie here because she's like, I'm just chilling, man. But it's actually called My Favorite Things. And sometimes we tell people that, they're like, what is it? My Favorite Things. I know you like it, but what is it?
That's what I had to say, a paper crafting company, right. Because they're thinking it's just a bunch of stuff that we put in a store that are my favorite things.
Here, let's do it. Ready? What's it called, Angie?
My Favorite Things.
No, I know you like them, but what's it called?
My Favorite Things.
No, I know it's your favorite things.
Stop it. Anyway, we're a paper crafting company.
We're drinking coffee, by the way.
Yeah, out of Eustis, Florida. And another great small business success story. We've had Kim Vandersanden on the show way back in the beginning of the show. We'll have to put a link to her episode or we'll just put a link to the company. But basically, we're online only. We don't have a storefront anymore. But we sell all the materials, the stamps, the dies that you cut out little shapes with, everything that you need to create these beautifully handcrafted cards. I think back when I first started, I learned that paper crafting was the #1 hobby in the world, so that's kind of crazy.
And those, if you're not familiar with paper crafting, the cards and things that come out of it are crazy. They're like 3D almost looking, and it's
beautiful. It's really an art. It's for artists, really, because the part of it is coloring or painting the cards with these, ink pens that are sold purposely for this craft.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff that these, not only our design team, but just people in general that do the crafting come up with are just amazing. You would never throw one of these cards away if somebody sent that in the mail to you. You wouldn't throw it away. Like you'd want to frame it and put it on the wall. They're beautiful. So anyway, check out mftstamps.com. That's our actual website. If you're trying to get into a new hobby, guys. But the shout out I want to give to this company is not only that they're amazing, suppliers of these this beautiful
cards and things like that. And real quick, before you say what they recently did, if you want to hear the backstory of my favorite things, it's way back on episode 48. But the story of how Kim Vandersanden came to, own and lead this and really found this company, what am I trying to say? I sound like you now.
Founder?
The founder, thank you.
Yeah.
She created this company from nothing, and I knew her before she had this company, way before she even thought of it, and it is a great success story where she went from, she was parking vehicles at Universal, I believe at the time, started this company, and it has exploded into a gigantic, still small business, but a gigantic success.
Still small family owned and ran business.
And
Love
she's
it.
so good to her employees, not just those that are her family, and it's just and to her clients and customers, and anyway.
And the community, because
nice tie-in.
The nice tie-in is that they give back. They give back. It's very important to them.
Big time.
Every month we have a certain stamp set or something where a certain amount of the proceeds from that stamp goes to a certain organization that they choose for that month. So that is an amazing thing we do on a monthly basis. And then as a team, we're always trying to get involved in the community. And they chose a local nonprofit this year called Aiden's Army. Somebody who we've had on the show as well, Erica Schneider from Aiden's Army. And we got to go as a team on a little shopping spree to Target and buy a bunch of toys for the kids that are stuck in the hospital over the holiday season, dealing with cancer down here in the Orlando area. So that was a fun event just to kind of do like a team bonding thing and also help support local community here.
And you guys did quite the shopping spree.
Oh, yes, we did a shopping spree, and it was so fun. So anyway, big shout out to My Favorite Things for their involvement in giving back, and just that's one of the things that they talk about. You can't outgive the universe. So that's what we do there at My Favorite Things. So
yeah, and I know the philosophy there, or I've known Kim's philosophy. I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but it has always been to give, and you will receive back in life, in droves or more than you give. It's the act of giving. We talk a little bit about that, but the act of giving is often very self-serving feeling because of what it does for you.
Yeah. It's a euphoric feeling when you do it, definitely. So, yeah, and we had Erica Schneider for Aiden's Army on episode 103, if you wanted to check out what they all are all about, and if you're looking for a local nonprofit to give back to.
Yes, and you have some memory to know it was episode 103.
I know. Isn't that an amazing memory that I have?
That is an amazing memory that you have.
Well, guys, we hope that you all had an amazing Thanksgiving. And that you really sat down and reflected what you're thankful for. I mean, I know what I'm thankful for. Do you know what you're thankful for?
I am thankful for a lot of things. I always feel like I'm gonna risk getting schmoopy sounding, but I am thankful for my friends and family, of course, just like everyone. I'm thankful for my life, and I'm thankful for you.
Yeah, same
I really
here.
am.
I'm thankful for our little family.
Me too, my little dog.
I'm thankful that I wake up every morning with a smile on my face and I go to bed the same way, except if I'm driving.
Oh, that's a good point.
Okay, Angie gets a little road ragey when she drives, but that's okay. I'm still happy when I get to my destination, so it's all good. Anyway, no, guys, I am sincerely thankful just for the life I have. I am thankful for our podcast and the amazing community that we've got to meet through our podcast. I mean, we meet very interesting people. They have amazing stories, success stories, or just life stories.
Yeah, and they become friends, a lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, most of them. I mean, we see them, and it's like, oh, yeah, you know, you had an hour conversation with this person, but we always connect with each and every person that we, in some way, that we have on the show.
You know, and a lot of the time we go back and see them again, whether it be at their business or they're back on the show, and that has been such a unexpected blessing for me of the show, is sort of expanding all the people that we know, that we're friends with, that we work to try to help each other, and it's I don't know, it's just really cool. I never thought, I guess I thought we would meet with these businesses and then we would just keep moving on, but we've made such good connections, and it's been really cool. It's been a really unexpected sort of benefit of the show.
Yeah, very, very, we have much to be thankful for.
Indeed we do.
And guys, we hope you have as much to be thankful for as well, and I'm sure you do. And remember, at the each and
you did that last time, which is hilarious.
I shouldn't do this part anymore.
I did. You're gonna crack me up. I do want to mention that real quick as we're on the way out. Just if you want to help support the show, we have a Patreon.
I forgot about it.
That's okay. We'll put a link in the show notes along with the links to all the businesses.
It wasn't in the notes
that we go about. It probably was. I haven't looked at them either now. But thank you so much for listening. And as Angie was about to say, and usually says, remember, at the end of each and every day, it's all fine and dandy.